What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about cholesterol and the general synthesis. We're going to skip a few steps, but we're going to get all the main points down and what cholesterol is in general. So what we do is we get cholesterol from our diet, so the foods we eat, de novo, and synthesis. De novo is like what we can create, or why our body cells creating it ourselves. So it's when our body cells create it for ourselves. The liver distributes de novo cholesterol through HDL, VLDL, bile salts, and acids. HDL is good cholesterol. VLDL turns to LDL, which is our bad cholesterol. And I talk about these good and bad cholesterols in another video. I'll put the link below. So we're gonna get rid of excess. Cholesterol and we're gonna do this through our bile salts and free cholesterol. And these are gonna be used in our small intestine and our stomach and our duodenum to get rid of food, and that's going to go along with feces. But our body has essentially a hard time getting rid of cholesterols. Cholesterol is a precursor to steroids, bile salts, and vitamin D, and it's also found in membranes. So it forms, not all cholesterol gets a bad rap. It's not all bad, but increased levels of cholesterol is known to increase blood pressure, which we'll talk about in a bit. And it's going to be made in the cytosol and the endoplasmic reticulum. So to start things off, we're going to start with 2-acetyl-CoAs. So we get all of our carbons in to make cholesterol by acetate. And then we're going to make acetyl-acyl-CoA. And this is going to be done with the HMG-CoA synthase. The HMG-CoA is going to be our first form of indirect energy that we are using. So to make cholesterol, it's very energy costing. And we're going to make this HMG-CoA reductase. So I put a star by that because that's a very important enzyme in making cholesterols. That's going to be our rate limiting step, and it's going to be something that we can use medicines to block because it's irreversible. Then we have mevalonic acid. And there's going to be many steps, not so many important ones. After our main one is the HMG-CoA and blocking it. But there's going to be 7 phosphates used and 1 NADPH used as well. Then we're going to create our squalene. Our squalene on is going to be all hydrophobic. So cholesterol is known to be hydrophobic. But they're all going to be hydrophobic from squalene on. From melanosterol, we're going to have more insignificant steps. So I'm not going to really add them here. You guys can look that up online. And then we're going to eventually make cholesterol. So the cholesterol that we were looking for. And with cholesterol, we can make vitamin D, we can make steroids, and we can make bile salts. And bile salts are used in our digestion. So HMG-CoA reductase, I just put another star by it. That's going to be very important clinically because, as we all know, increased cholesterol levels increases your likelihood for increased blood pressure. So increased cholesterol increases blood pressure, and it's essentially plaque that builds up and creates it harder for our blood to move. So it increases our blood pressure. So, like I said before, HMG-CoA reductase is a rate limiting step, and it's negative inhibited by our own body with cholesterol. So if we have a bunch of cholesterol in our body's going to want to naturally stop creating this. So that's just our body's way to do a negative feedback, but it doesn't always work, especially if we have a lot of good times and our body's wanting to create cholesterol. So in medical use, we're going to have lovastatin and atorvastatin, and these are both used to decrease or to block our HMG-CoA reductase. So it blocks our HMG-CoA reductase or inhibits it, so it stops making more cholesterol. So these are both medicines and drugs that doctors can prescribe you to decrease your blood pressure. So these are blood pressure medicines to reduce the amount of cholesterol you have in your body. And overall, it's a pretty important medicine. It's prescribed to many people over the age of 50 because we have a problem, at least in this country, with raised blood pressure. So thank you guys for watching. Once again, I have a video on good and bad cholesterol. Thanks.